because usually I'm in trouble, aren't I? Apparently we're live, so it's...
You're always in trouble. It's just the depth that varies.
It's always the depth that varies. I think we are live.
Well,
I think it's working. Dang it.
There we go.
Doggone it. Doggone it. I can't even speak.
Dag-nabbit?
Dag-nabbit. Dag-nabbit.
Doggone it?
I know.
Doggone it, dag-nabbit? Something like that.
Doggone it. What? Why do you want to put a dog on it? What's
I don't know.
It sounds very Mabinogi-ish, doesn't it? We go chasing something. Set the dogs on it.
Mabinogi.
Yes, as you do. Hello, good morning, and welcome after our blithering whatever we were talking about, because I haven't got a clue now. Yes, it's Elevensies with Lisa and Anton. We're a tad early. We're early for our late morning show.
30 seconds early.
But it's better to be early than late. And now we can wait for people to join us and see how they're all going to burst forth.
There's one person.
I know. Yes, I don't see anybody yet. Not on the Tube of You.
So you were saying that today is our channel's birthday?
It is. Apparently, when I logged onto the Tube of You, if the Tube of You is actually going to work, because it says we're live. It says we've been up in here. Oh, I see somebody now. So that if you are watching on the Tube of You and you could just take a moment to say hello, yes, I can hear you. Could you shut up or whatever? That would be wonderful. Thank you.
So that we're really there.
We know that we're actually going. We're not just speaking out, to this box in our living room here or whatever. Because that's always fun, isn't it? I'll just talk to this box in a very exciting way. Well, see, we had somebody.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Oh no, we've got somebody back again. This is weird. I'm not sure if the Tube of You is working, but if the Tube of You is working, on the assumption that it is in fact our channel's birthday today. I know how many years ago did we start our channel? We haven't really done much with it.
No, we've had it a long time, but
we've really knuckled down and done something.
Yeah, because I know we put up a lot of those Shep and Tacky videos and stuff. So
Shep and Tacky Nurkuff. Yes.
I want to say probably 2009, 2010.
You think as
early
as
that? I'm thinking. But I'm happy that our station is a Virgo, because Virgo has really good attention to detail.
I wish I did.
And they're very good.
It's Wendy. Hello. Thank you. And I've got to log off. Oh, okay. Bye then. Hope you're feeling better, Wendy. Or if maybe somebody's coming to prod and poker. You never know.
All right. Anyway, I'm very happy that our station is a Virgo.
Yes.
Because Virgos have really good attention to detail. And they're very good at kind of like directing. In fact, our first store manager was a Virgo and was a theater director by trade.
I see him about occasionally. It's glorious mane.
No, he's got shorter hair now. But anyway.
Oh, I thought it was still pretty long.
Anyway.
It wasn't quite as long as it was.
Anyway, what today is Which Way Wednesday.
Which Way Wednesday? Which is which? Hey, what?
So normally on Wednesdays in the evening, we do different things at the store, or we do different lives. So the first Wednesday of the month, we've traditionally been reading you the Taroscopes.
Taroscopes for the month, yes, indeedy.
So that you kind of have an overview of all the crazy things that are going on, which this month, of course, is the highs and lows of retrogrades.
Well, this month started well for the pair of us, didn't it? So let's hope there's some awesome highs following it. That's what I'm saying. And
then the second Wednesday of the month, we usually do Witch Wares, and we feature one of our creative friends whose items that we sell. We've done the pottery, we've done Danny's stuff, we've done Phoenix Flames Publishing.
Yes.
And the next opportunity that we get, we're going to feature the statuary of Joe Ladaddy.
Oh, yeah. That's been
if you wanted to go to got-deity.com, you could see most of that work, although we still have a few things to put up.
We got to get to grips with that.
And then the third Wednesday, which is today, we do our live give back readings. So we'll see you tonight about 5:30 for those.
Yes.
And
good morning, Gilda.
Then traditionally the last Wednesday of the month, we have been doing a Witch's Tea Party. And we've been doing Witch's Tea Party for years.
Years and years and years.
Different readers would host it. and people would come and work on their divination skills.
Mm.
So today we wanted to announce
Yes.
that Anton and I
We have a cunning plan.
will be hosting Witches Tea Party on Zoom.
We will.
The last Wednesday of the month, with a focus on building psychic ability.
Mm-hmm.
But it will be like a class kind of workshop. So there will be a fee for it, which is going to be very minimal, maybe $5 or $10, depending on how long the workshop will be. But we will announce those. We'll put them on Facebook events.
Mm-hmm.
And this way, if you wanted to build your psychic abilities, you could join us for the Witch's Tea. And the money that we charge is going to obviously go to Celtica.
It is.
So in the past,
Morning, Pam.
we've charged like $5, $10, and we've put out a donation basket, things like that. So Anton and I were going to host a workshop on Wednesday nights. That will be the Witch's Tea Live, because over the winter we can't really be in the annex for Witch's Tea Party.
No, we've got this. We're far from out of the woods, unfortunately, with the
COVID.
bloody pandemic, aren't we?
And White Owl, who was hosting the tea party most recently, has changed her work schedule, so she's not able to do it. So Anton and I are going to take on psychic abilities.
Just another thing. Just another string to our bow, or another feather to our cap, or another hat we're wearing, or however you want to put it. But it's good. It's good.
So
a lot of fun for us.
What people usually ask, and I'll give my pat answer, whenever I've taught like a tarot class or any divination tool, like, reading tea leaves or runes or spoons or whatever we've taught, people always say, can you make me psychic?
Well, can you make me psychic? Can you?
And, obviously our job is to try to set in place a thought process or a way for you to open yourself to being psychic. And my pat answer is usually, well, no one can make you psychic, just like no one can make you a fantastic piano player. You have to do it for yourself.
You're not wrong.
And then I say, well, imagine that you decide you want to play the piano.
Yeah.
So you get a piano teacher who says to you,
She
"Good morning,
smacks you
Carol."
across the knuckles with a ruler.
No. She says to you, for this week, your homework is to press middle C.
Yes.
And some of you who have been showing up for Elevensies might have heard this before.
Yes.
So, you think, well, I've never even looked at a piano, middle C. And your brain says, oh, middle. That's a clue.
Somewhere in the middle, near the lock.
And then you figure out that middle C looks like a B, which is counterintuitive, but it does. It looks like a B.
Well, I suppose when you put it that way. Yeah.
Whenever you're learning a new language, you have to learn from the language you're coming from. So you speak this one kind of intuition, and now you're looking for middle C. And you find out it looks like a B, and you press it. And that's your homework for the whole week, is to press middle C. And the next day when you go in, you know exactly where it is because you found it the day before. And by the third or fourth day, you realize you can hear it before you press it because you're in that space. So building your psychic ability is a lot like practicing any other thing you want to learn. Whether it's a new language, whether it's how to play the piano, whether it's how to read the tarot, whatever it is that you want to develop, whatever skill it is, you have to practice, right? If someone said, today we're going to learn how to put a roof on a building. You don't even know what the tools names are.
What's a roof?
Right? Well, what layer goes first? Well, how do these tools work? Well, what's the difference between these nails? So you have to practice. But once you learn that skill or that, order of things, it's a lot easier. So that's our going to be our focus for the Witches' Tea Parties that we're going to do live. on Zoom on the last Wednesday of every month. And again, it'll be a workshop, like a mini class, maybe last an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. And it'll be $5 or $10 depending on the amount of time and expense that we're putting out. But that money for the psychic development, witches tea parties, will go to Celtica.
Yep, we're still working away to make Celtica happen. So, hello, Erin. So there you go. So yeah, anybody can learn this skill. Anybody could learn to play the piano. The first thing that is necessary is the desire to do so.
The desire.
If you have no desire to learn the piano, it doesn't matter how many people come up to you and try to teach you. Even if you had the greatest maestro on earth, who was the most patient person imaginable, if you have no desire to learn, you will not learn because you don't want to. If, however, you have a desire to learn, then you're teachable. And you say teachable. It's a recognition. First off, as Lisa was saying, you come to put a roof on a building. You have to know what materials and tools are involved. So there's a familiarity there. So if we're working with the tarot, which if you notice when we do Tarot Talk Tuesday, like yesterday morning, we're starting to work our way through the individual cards. So you can get an idea of what they mean. But there's more to it than just the individual cards. You've got to see how they interact with each other and all that kind of stuff. But it's still familiarity. And once you've got the familiarity, I have no idea what a tarot deck looks like.
How many cards are there? What do they represent?
Certainly when I started out reading the tarot, I had no idea what a tarot deck looked like. But now I can shut my eyes and I can picture every single card in the tarot deck. I know that. Just the same as I can probably picture middle C or know middle C in my head. Yep. Because I've been playing the piano for that long, I know where it is.
What key is this in? Oh, I think that's in.
Yeah. So but I'm largely self-taught with the piano. To be honest, I'm only joking slightly. I had, I think 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 piano lessons from a battle axe of a music teacher, bless her. She's long shuffled off this mortal coil now, called Miss Rutter. I remember on Barchester Street in Stourbridge, tell your friend. She used to whack me with a ruler on the fingers. It wasn't very nice at all.
Did that motivate you?
No, not really. Not really. My sister, I barely scraped to grade 1 and my sister went on to get to grade 8, but I can play the ass off my sister now and I'm sure she doesn't mind me saying that. But I had a desire to learn. I had a passion to learn. So I play by ear, which is an advantage, because I can pretty much pitch where I'm going now and jam in with a lot of stuff. But so same with any form of divination. Familiarity with it and continual practice with that tool will get you where you want to go.
Right. Again, I always liken it to speaking a language.
Yeah, shouting doesn't help. 2 cups of tea, please. Du test, s'il vous plaît. Speaking, you've got to, as Lisa says, you come to something completely unfamiliar. So it helps to have like a frame of reference. And what Lisa's very good at doing is like taking something like a frame of reference that you may not know necessarily related to a divinatory skill, if that's the right word. Is it a divinatory skill or something like that?
Yeah, divinatory.
Yeah. Divinatory. I can't even say it's however you do the emphasis over here. I'm still struggling with English. I don't know what.
I'm trying to take care of 50 things at once.
Of course you are. Don't worry. It's fine. We're just involved in a live broadcast. You carry on texting away. This is just you carry on. It's totally
I'm helping you, so I can multitask.
Yeah, you're so Aquarian. I love you.
No, but I always talk about it being like learning a language.
Yeah, kind of. It is. It's just, again, getting familiar with the tools that you work with, and you will learn a language. Believe me, if you found yourself living in France, you're going to learn to speak French. You just simply are. If you want to put food in your mouth and find your way from A to B, you're going to start to speak French.
Or you're going to eat some weird food because you're going to order the wrong thing.
Well, you'll know, I'm not going to order that again. It's like prairie oysters. No, don't eat them. No. They're not oysters. There's nothing to do with fish. Oh, God, no.
Oh, dear, no.
Yes.
Don't make me ill.
Thoughts on reading coffee grounds? They smell good.
Well, again, it's making a code book to interpret the
like
dots
reading,
kind of thing.
Guess,
it's very much like tea leaf reading. But it is quite an involved process, and we will talk about that in one of our mini workshops.
We will. We will. I think we're probably going to do the tour of, well, you know, honestly, like we say when they're literally all of the Mancies, you know, there's an A to Z or an A to Z, as we say in English.
Well, we're not going to teach every single one.
No, we couldn't. I don't think we've got enough years left on this planet to do it. There must be hundreds of thousands of them. You can divine with literally anything. If you know, it's what speaks to you. That's how these things do. But there are some well-established systems with established archetypes, you know, particularly in terms of the tarot. And there's other things that are far more subjective, you know, like, for example, Chiromancy. Is that chiromancy? What do you call that?
Well, I don't know what you're looking for. Are you looking
they're
for
two
reading
separate
wax
things.
on water burning candles or reading palms?
No, which is which?
Chiro?
Palm. Okay. So Chiromancy then is the wax on water. See, look, I said I struggle with English, although I think they're Greek or whatever, Latin words. Still too strange. But yeah, you will come up with your own code book, just like reading coffee grounds or reading, you know, tea leaves or something. You will recognize patterns like unique to you, and you start to build up your empirical evidence code book. You know, this occurs, this means this. I see this in combination with this, it means this. It's like, Reverend Mother Margot, bless her, she's long shuffled up. She would have one like where she saw a chair overturned or something like that.
Somebody's
or
moved.
Or a doorknob.
That means a new opportunity.
Okay, so she had her own little code book, which is fantastic.
Yeah, we'll talk about.
Yeah, we can talk about all that sort of stuff.
We will certainly be expecting participation from the people who take the class. In other words,
that's why it's on Zoom.
Someone could hold up their palm and everybody else will read it, you know.
We'll speak to
but
it.
we will explain how to do it. Now I've just shown my palm, so everybody can read my palm if they do.
Well, if they scroll back and look over it. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is what happens. Certainly, anyone could pick up a tarot deck and look at an image and give some sort of information by looking at that image.
I do believe
just
we all
like
have
you
intuition.
could go to a foreign country, and I talk about this on one of the Pearls of Wisdom. Just like you could go to a foreign country and find transportation. You could point, you could gesture, you could, you know.
Woo, woo.
But you wouldn't be speaking that language. And, you know, I get really kind of snobby about the tarot because it is a language and a system that is so much more than going, oh, well, this one says the emperor, so this must mean blah, blah, blah. When the person has no clue of the language of the tarot. So, you know, these days everybody's a psychic tarot reader and they have no clue.
Are they? No, there are some really good people out there, but there are some people, as you say,
that are just playing, and it's not a good idea.
Well,
learn your craft.
It is. See, you're getting terribly judgmental and snobby again, aren't you?
No, I'm saying learn your craft. You're not going to go put a roof on a house if you don't know how to climb a ladder.
Well, there are some people who would attempt to do that.
And how good is it going to turn out?
It's probably going to blow away. It's going to blow away in the first breeze.
Good morning,
but whatever.
Savannah.
So, no, I think in some ways it's good that people are waking up and wanting to connect with these tools. I think that's a wonderful, good thing. But if you're going to do a reading for somebody, there comes responsibility for that. If you're just going to sit down in front of your querent and just, you know, be the boardwalk psychic. Oh, I see you meeting a dark stranger. I'll cross my palm with silver. Oh, you're going to have a horrible accident in your car, but not before the IRS puts a levy on your property, you know, or whatever crap that they come out with and just really, you know, mess with people's minds. The tarot is an amazing tool, and there's so much can be gleaned from that. And even as we were talking about yesterday, if you didn't see it, I think the card of the day or the card for Tarot Talk Tuesday was the Three of Swords. So we spoke about how you approach potentially difficult things in a reading as well, because that card is going to indicate. This is not the most blissful, happy card you're going to pull out of the damn deck, is it? You know, there's always like
right. But you know, if you want to just look at the pictures and read, that's fine. But choose an oracle,
sure,
because that's meant for that.
Or, you know, if you're just starting out, it's perfectly fine to get a tarot deck and look at the pictures and see what they mean to you. But go get yourself the Pictorial Key to the Tarot. Read that damn book, okay?
Read book by Sasha.
Or Sasha's book. Yeah, that is an amazingly good book. Start to do some research on it. Understand that there is a massive body of knowledge within the tarot, and it's not just pretty pictures. And also understand that everything on the picture, on the card itself, there is nothing, not one iota of a tiny thing on there is there by accident. Everything has a meaning and a purpose. So it's worth, you know, realize. And if you're going to presume to give somebody else psychic counsel, then, you know, understand with that comes responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, we can bang on about this until the cows come out. Well, we could. When the cows come out. Ha. I love this card. My Constant Gardener card. Constant Gardener card.
We have the 7 of Coins, or Pentacles.
Yes.
My reading for this card for you for today is be patient with yourself. There's a lot going on in astrology right now that could be terribly frustrating and feel like things are just slowing down. So be patient with yourself today and hold the course.
It is. I love this card. There's no, just want to address it. Erin says, I still get nervous about saying the wrong thing, or I've been doing too by the book readings, etc., etc. Understand, but you got to start somewhere. You got to speak your truth as well, you know. Yeah. And I second guess myself still, and Spirit is a way of coming up and like slapping you and just like, oh, okay. So I've learned, I think, just now to open my mouth and let the words fall out. I recognise I have bugger all to do with it. I let the words fall out, and hopefully they mean something to the person. So, you know, you don't have to know what it means. It's not relevant, you know. It's for your querent, you know. You're not.
What's your reading for today?
Constant Gardener card. So don't get don't get bugging you. How long have to we wait? You know, this person's not come along and yanked on their crops to try and make them grow. That would have killed them. They've just done what was necessary. You know, the simple steps, and look what happened all by itself. So yeah, patience is key. Just allow the flow to go. Do what's necessary. The simple steps of what's necessary. Take care of the necessary things. You know, they need water, water them. They need the weeds pulled out, pull the weeds out. There's slugs and snails all over the place, move them. Don't coat the whole damn thing in Roundup, you know. Just take your time, do what's necessary, and it will all work out beautifully. So this is a card very much about patience, and as Lisa says, patience with yourself and patience with the order of things. Greg says he's studying
one card a day.
You know, that's not a bad idea. What's Pam say? I think and believe it's important to balance between the textbook meanings and what your intuition is telling you, and let that flow. Bang on. Yep. Absolutely. You know, the actual book knowledge is one thing. It's vital. You need to know what your archetypes mean. You need to know their association in terms of, you know, astrological correspondence. Speak the language.
The language.
But your intuition is
key. So your reading is...
Patience.
Be the constant gardener.
Yeah, be the constant gardener. Do what's necessary.
Take care of what's got to be taken care of.
Just take care of it. Don't get worked up. Yeah, just do what's necessary.
Capricorns have no patience.
Oh, I don't know. I think Capricorns can be...
I think Capricorns can be very plotting.
World domination. We meet again, Mr. Bond.
I think she means it. She says it, no patience with ourselves.
Well, maybe. But that's never a good thing.
Saturn. All right. All right, so guys, we will see you tonight at about 5:30 for our Facebook Lives.
And let me be blatant and put the plug in straight away. We will be doing super chats this evening, and as you know from last time, if you're keen to get a reading, you will get bumped to the front of the queue. Well, you'll get bumped to anybody else who's put a super chat in behind. You know, doesn't matter how much. You know, $100, $1, doesn't matter. Whatever you can afford and want to give, all of it goes to Celtica. It's not for us. We're making Celtica, so it's a damn good cause. And so we give our time for this. And if you guys want to join us this evening, we're going to make a start about 5:30.
5:30.
And we aim to do about 40 readings. Because frankly, by the time we get to the end of that, our poor brains are like...
Well, that's a pretty good give back, you know. You can, yeah. All right.
So there you go. Add me to the list. Woot woot. Well, perfect. We'll let you know when it's all going to be. And so
tune in at 5:30. We'll see you there.
I think Erin's saying the witch's tea thing workshops at the last Wednesday
of the month.
So yeah, we'll do that. We'll figure out some way of doing it. It's larger. I think we're going to do it via Zoom. I don't know if we're necessarily going to put that on the Tube of You or whatever.
No, we
probably
will.
Not. It's because we want it like a closed session where people don't.
We're going to charge for it because it's going to be a class.
So yeah, but if you've got any device whatsoever, phone, you can even join with just a regular landline. Although it's difficult to see what's going on. But phone, computer, whatever, you can join in by Zoom. We find that works really well. We've transitioned a lot of our classes over to Zoom, and it lends itself so we can be together, working together on the same thing. Everybody can contribute whilst we remain socially distanced, as the saying goes.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting winter.
Yeah, things are not progressing quite as well as we'd like on the pandemic front.
You can tell that for the next, say, September through March, it's unlikely that we'll be able to gather in the annex in person.
I'm sure not. It's too small a space and inadequate ventilation, and people still won't get vaccinated.
Yeah, and even the vaccinated people are having breakthrough cases.
Well, that's true, but we could be doing more as a nation.
We will not put anyone in harm's way.
Absolutely
or
not.
pressure them to think they need to be in harm's way. So.
Absolutely, we wouldn't think of doing that.
That's not
the way
and
we
it
work.
harm none.
Yep.
All right, guys. So we'll see you later.
Thank
we got a lot of ground
so
to cover
much.
between now and then. So
please do like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends all about it, share this all over the place, and we look forward to seeing you later on this evening for whatever it is, live tarot readings with Lisa and Anton. I don't think we've got a name for it, but we'll figure it out.
Well, we call it a tea party.
We do? Okay.
The live tea.
So there you go then.
All right.
We might have a cup of tea then. I like a cup of tea. It's always nice.
Too hot.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.